بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نعمتان مبغون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ أو كما قالوا عليه الصلاة والسلام. My dear respected brothers, sisters, listeners, viewers and elders in Islam, Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm making my first YouTube video after a very long time. I think it's been about 2-3 years now, and I think people have started to ask me why I haven't actually made videos recently. Well, the thing is, it's time. The word of thought comes to my mind. Time. What is time? Time is very precious. It has been prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala since the time of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was sent down to the dunya until now. Time has kept on running and will keep on running until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills for it to stop. Time is so precious that you cannot waste it. It comes in a saying, or in a phrase, or maybe in a hadith as well, that you cannot always waste time. You can waste time, but you are only wasting yourself. This time, it is really precious. This time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. He has only given this time so that He can let us worship Him. In Surah Al-Dhariyat it comes, وَمَا خَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, and I have only created you, and I have only made you so that you can worship me, the jinn and man, that they can only use this time to worship me. But today, 21st century, we are complete opposite. We waste our time. We use time for filthy things. We use time for disgusting, dirty, for unnecessary, luxurious and destructing things. You might think that this thing of yours will be, a future weapon for you in the hereafter. It might be a key to freedom in the hereafter. But what do you know that this key of freedom might be your key to destruction in the hereafter? This time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us is such a blessing that we can use it in the form of ibadah. We can use it in the form of ibadah. Just like the Sahaba radiallahu anhum used to do. They never wasted a single second of their life. Every single second, every single minute, every single hour, and every single day, every single month and year, they would always do something to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's such a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Time, it is really precious, but this time will only come to an end when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills for it to come to an end. And it will only come to an end when you see the angel of death right in front of your face. When you see the angel of death looking at you, and he is saying, come, today your time is up. That is when the doors of Tawbah will finish and they will close. And this is when the Qiyamah will start to take place for you. The veil of reality, the veil of the unseen, the veil of you and Allah will be opened. You will see the reality of everything. You will see the unseen. But if you have wasted your time in this dunya, it will be a means of destruction for you. A person who wasted his time in doing unnecessary things, in doing bad things, in doing, very evil things, only then will they see the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the time of their death, when the angel of death will come to them, they will strike them with that big iron rod that they will have in their hand. They will strike him, they will beat him to death, and this will continue to happen from when he is going to die until when he's going to be washed up with the ghusl, and until when he's going to be put into the grave, and from the grave to the Qiyamah, and from the Qiyamah every single day, which will last 50,000 years, and from those 50,000 years being thrown to the hellfire, and forever and ever he will burn. Whereas if a person was, he gave dawah. He elevated this kalima la ilaha illallah. He paid zakah. He fasted. He did salah. He paid salah. He was kind to the elderly. He was kind and merciful to the younger ones. He had respect for everybody. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't treat society bad. He did everything for people's benefit. He sacrificed his life for many other things which will lead him to freedom in the hereafter. Only then when this angel of death will come to him with a smiling face, with 500 angels behind him, with a bunch of flowers in their hands, with different flowers in there, and with one flower comes a different fragrance, a different scent, a different smell. And then this angel of death will come and say, may the peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon you. Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Such is this greeting. It comes in a hadith, ما دعوة أسرع إجابة من دعوة غائب لغائب. When two Muslims meet each other and shake hands and they do salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He forgives their sins before they separate. Such is the status of this greeting of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which He has appointed for us. And then when this happens, since the time you'll be dead, since the time you'll be washed and have ghusl be performed on you, since the time you'll be put into the grave, all the way through to the day of Qiyamah, and those 50,000 years which you might spend which you will think will be half a day or something, if you are pious, will be a means of freedom for you. It will be a means of a chance of having to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah. So we shouldn't actually waste our time. You see, it comes in a hadith that whoever wastes things, and the big example is time, then they are known as the brother of Shaitan, or they are from the family of Shaitan. Shaitan is the biggest enemy which anyone can ever face. Even the worst people which you can ever think of will not be enough to match the power and the guiltiness and the evil of this Shaitan. This Shaitan, he will try his hardest to deceive a person at the time of his death. He will try so hard that he will make you die upon kufr and not upon the kalima la ilaha illallah. The Shaitan, he wants you to waste time. He wants you to do unnecessary things. This time, it has come in such great form. It has come in such, great, as an evidence against or for you on the Day of Judgment of how you used to spend this time. Just like I said in the beginning, this hadith, عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نعمتان مبغون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. There are two main blessings which people will not use wisely. Two main blessings which people will not tend to use wisely. Their health and their free time. And free time for what? To play games? To do, to waste yourself, to waste on doing unnecessary things? No, free time means in doing the dhikr and the ibadah of Allah. In doing the dhikr and ibadah of Allah. But this is what many people waste today. Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they would never waste a single moment of their life. They would actually spend their time so wisely that it comes in a saying, in a hadith to the nearest meaning, that the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they were such great people to walk the face of this earth. They were just after the status of the Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam. Why? Because they never used to waste their time. They never used to waste their time doing unnecessary things. They never used to do backbiting. They never used to spend their money on, nasty, disgusting, evil things. They never used to do evil things. They never used to backbite. They never used to do zina. They never used to steal or thieve or anything like that. Every single time, their hearts would change. When they heard Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name, their hearts would tremble with such fear. When they opened the Quran, they knew that their Lord was standing in front of them. They knew that they were going to converse with their Lord through the talk and the speech of the Quran. Such was the status of the Sahaba, which even we today cannot comprehend, even we today cannot act like. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq and understanding to act upon what has been said, and make us of those who do not waste our time, and make us of those people who use time so wisely that even in this century we can change the time of the century from evil to good. وآخر الدعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. If you liked the speech which I just did, please comment, like, subscribe, and please leave a short comment and message. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.